Well, right off of a very busy Loop 20, we find ourselves in front of another coffee shop. We're in front of Dosis Coffee. Let's head inside and see what's brewing. Well, here we are inside of Dosis Coffee, and we find ourselves with the owner-operator, Billy Hernster, who's been here for about 3 years already, and we are going to brew up something spooky for the fall. So, Billy, what are we making today?
So today we're going to be making our seasonal Basic Witch latte.
Okay.
That is a house-made pumpkin spice syrup. We're going to start with what all coffee drinks start with, which is our espresso. There we go.
And you do something different with your espresso. You were saying this is homegrown.
Sure, yeah. So we roast all of our own coffee locally. I am the roaster for the shop, so we order our coffee green, roast weekly, so you're getting probably some of the freshest coffee you can get here in Laredo. So we're going to start with a 2-ounce shot of espresso as the base of our drink here. We weigh out every shot to ensure consistency.
So what are some of the differences between, homegrown espressos versus what you just buy at a store?
Sure, so the main thing is knowing when your espresso was roasted, right? So you walk into a grocery store or something like that, and you're probably gonna buy, whatever coffee you like. And typically it's not going to have any sort of date or any way for you to really know when that coffee was from.
Right.
Whereas here, everything that we're using, like I said, is going to be less than a week old, which ensures the freshest cup every time.
Okay.
And things that you'll notice different in terms of the flavor of the coffee based on that is going to be for sure whether or not the coffee is going to have like a little bit of a stale taste to it, which your kind of everyday coffee drinker's probably not going to notice that because it's what they're used to and people like what they're used to.
Right.
But once you've tasted kind of the difference, that's when you really start to notice, a freshly roasted cup versus something that's been sitting on the shelf for, who knows how long. Because before it hit H-E-B here in Laredo, it was probably in a warehouse somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there you have your Basic Witch latte.
That is way too pretty to even try to drink. That is nice. You did that really well.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so this is just in time for the fall, of course. It's perfectly decorated. And it's very good. It's got a little bit of that, I guess it's the pumpkin that I'm tasting. The spice that goes into it is...
It's got a little bit of cinnamon, nutmeg. Brown sugar. All of our syrups are a brown sugar base. We like that kind of like deeper molassesy sweetness.
Yeah.
Not overly sweet. We try to let the coffee do a lot of the talking. And we try to get our temperature right where it's drinkable.
So any plans for the future expansion or anything?
We may dive a little deeper into the food program here. We just added my wife's optometry practice within the shop. Trying to keep things creative and interesting here in Laredo, and hopefully, we'll see something, in another part of town at some point.
Yeah, well, sounds good. Well, cheers to you and cheers to Dosis. This is absolutely delicious. We appreciate having you with us.
Thank you so much.
So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.